Hi, I'm Laurie, and welcome to your prenatal yoga flow. Today, we're really going to be focusing on opening and releasing any tension we may have in our hips. So, go ahead, grab your yoga mat, grab something to hydrate with, and if you have a block, grab it. But if you don't have a block, let's grab something in case we need more space. So, a water bottle would also do the trick, a book, a cardboard box, just something that you can press on to just give you a little bit more height. Once you have everything, go ahead and meet me in a wide-legged child's pose. So knees coming mat width, toes go together, opening up the hips, and then we're gonna walk the fingertips out, out, out. When we can walk the fingertips out no more, just let the chest melt towards the mat. Top of the head rests on the mat, and then really send the hips back to the heels a little bit more. All right, while you do that, let's start to set our intention and let's really focus on our breathing. But first, with every inhale, let's walk the fingertips forward. And with every exhale, send the hips back towards the heels, really feeling the spine start to elongate. Releasing tension in the hips, start to make any small adjustments that you need, and then start to find stillness. Let's take a big, deep, expansive breath together, filling up the entire rib cage, front, sides, back of the rib cage. And then as we exhale, give that baby a gentle hug up, just engaging the TVA. So repeat that again, inhaling, expanding throughout the rib cage. And then exhale, gentle hug up of the baby, engaging the TVA. This time, let's take a 4-count inhale, filling up the entire rib cage. And then exhale, just let it go. Let's inhale for a count of 5 this round. So inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to settle into the breath and give the head a little sway side to side. And then once again, find complete stillness. Do a body scan from the top of the head, down through the throat, into the chest, belly, to the legs, to the toes, back up, into the limbs and fingertips, back up, back to the neck, and then to the top of the head. If you are feeling tension anywhere, start to breathe into that space. Send the inhale there, and then exhale, try to release. Do that a few more times. So as you could guess today, our intention is to release, to let go. This is our time to give ourselves like an internal massage. So today should feel relaxing. We should release and just give yourself this time, most importantly. Don't worry about what we have to do after class. Just worry about being here in the now and in the present moment. All right, so let's begin. Bring the hands to frame the face, push off. We're coming into a tabletop or quadruped position. So top of the head reaches forward, gentle hug up of the baby to engage the TVA, and just start to give yourself big, expansive hip circles. Really exaggerating this movement, shifting the weight into the legs and then to the hands. And now let's reverse those circles. Getting the hips warm for what's to come. Bring all swaying to a complete stop. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. As we inhale, gentle cow. So chest lifts, look up, slight curl up of the tailbone. Just be careful not to overextend and dump the belly down. We want to limit that. So think of this more as a chest opener. And then as we exhale, now we can press away. Draw the chin in towards the chest. Let the head hang heavy. Inhale for a gentle cow. Exhale, full cat. Again, inhale, gentle cow. Exhale, full cat. Find that neutral tabletop position. Extend the right leg long. Top of the head grows as we inhale. Exhale. Gentle hug of the baby as we lift the heel up. Inhale to tap. Exhale to lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Release the right heel long. Quarter turn to the right as we inhale for gate pose. One nice long line with the right fingertips all the way to the right toes. Now we may want your block right here. This will give you a little bit more space. This may feel better. Try it out. As we inhale, press off against that block. Exhale, side bend up and over. Now we're going to start to feel a sensation along the groin area and that right inner thigh. So really just start to release it here, up and over. And then start to send the hips back, intensifying the stretch along this region. With every inhale, maybe reaching up. Every exhale, side bending up and over a little bit deeper. Now, if you have your block, grab it and bring it to about a 45-degree angle in front of you. Place your right hand on this block. Big deep inhale, and then as we exhale, send the hips back. Hinge from the hips, flat back, flat back. Find your end range motion. We may be right here, or you may just want to send the hips all the way back to the heels. It's up to you. Finding length along that right inner thigh, inside of the right leg. Everyone bring it up to a neutral spine. Inhale, arms reach up. As we exhale, left hand goes back to the mat and just bring it back to a tabletop position. Inhale, let's make it back to those hip circles. And let's reverse those circles. Find stillness in your tabletop. Inhale for a gentle cow. Exhale, press that mat away, full cat. Inhale, gentle cow. Exhale, full cat. Once more, inhale, gentle cow. Exhale, full cat. Bring it back to that neutral tabletop position. Extend the left leg long, square off the hip. Inhale, top of the head forward. As we exhale, gentle hook up of the baby, and the left heel goes up towards the sky. Inhale to tap. Exhale, lift, engage the TVA. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, release the left toes towards the ground. Rotate towards the left side of the room, coming into gate pose. You may want your block. Remember, we can use a water bottle. We can use a can of soup, whatever we got laying around. Let's use it. Let's make do with what we have. One nice long line with the body from the left fingertips to the left toes. As we inhale, press off against that block and just take it to the other side, reaching up and over towards the left. And let's play with the position of the foot. So dorsiflex at the ankle and see if you feel the sensations a little bit differently. You can release it back if that feels better. With every inhale, reaching up. Every exhale, side bend a little bit deeper. But keep your chest lifted, no dumping in the chest. If you have your block, you may want to grab it. Everyone's coming to a 45-degree angle. Place the right hand on the block or the mat. Inhale, top of the head forward. As we exhale, send the hips down just a little bit more. So the sensation along the the inside of the left leg is just becoming a little bit deeper. Inhale, top of the head forward. Exhale, sink it back. Once you find a good spot, we're just going to hold. So you may be up here with me, or you may be down here if that feels better. Everyone is different. Inhale, back up to neutral spine. Arms reach up overhead as we exhale. Come back to that gate pose before coming back to your tabletop position. Move the block off to the side. Inhale for a gentle cow. Exhale, full cat. Inhale, gentle cow. Exhale, full cat. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale, round. Come to a neutral tabletop position. Hands go about 6 inches forward. Fingertips are wide. Inhale, curl the toes under. As we exhale, gentle hug up of the baby. As we lift the knees off and the hips go up and back for our first downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels right and left. find stillness in the lower body, so really reach the heels towards the mat, and if they're not touching, that's okay. Now let's play with the hip rotation. As we inhale, draw the toes in, heels out, internal rotation of the hips. As we exhale, release the heels, draw the chest towards the quads a little bit more by pressing that mat away. Hold this internal rotation of the hips, and then just reach the chest back towards the quads with every exhale. Inhale, bring the weight back to the hands, and then toes face forward, heels go back on the exhale. Just a normal downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels again. Both heels reach towards the ground. Inhale, and then exhale, external rotation of the hips. Toes out, heels in. Ooh. And then just drive the heels back towards the mat on the exhale. Inhale, diaphragmatic breath. Exhale, heels go down. On the next inhale, toes face forward, heels face back, and then just pedal out those heels right and left. Nice work. Inhale, both heels off the mat. As we exhale, reach them towards the mat a little bit deeper. On the next inhale, look up at the hands and tippy-toe the feet forward. Walk the feet wider than mat distance, heels in, toes out, and we're going to give ourselves a nice little gentle skandasana, side to side. You may want your block here. I'll give you a little different view. So we're just gently taking it side to side, opening up the inner thighs and those hips a little bit more. One more round each side. And then heel toe the feet back onto the mat. Let the head hang nice and heavy. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, heads hanging a little bit deeper. Root to rise, reverse, swan dive it up. And then on the exhale, swan dive forward, lead with the chest, hinge the hips back, and then deep forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, head hangs a little bit deeper. Bend the knees so much so that you can plant the palms and step back to a downward facing dog. Really drive the heels towards the mat. Inhale, look up at the hands. As we exhale, tippy toe the feet forward. Make it wide, heels and toes out. Gentle skandasana, side to side. Think of it as a lateral lunge, but only about a quarter of the way. And if we want more space to find a flat back, I highly recommend finding your block or just something that will allow a little more space. One more round. And let's heel toe those feet back in. Remove the block, head hangs heavy. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, head hangs a little bit deeper. Root to rise, reverse, swan dive it up. Look up at the hands, and then as we exhale, swan dive forward, lead with the chest, and then the head hangs nice and heavy. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, head hangs a little bit deeper. Bend the knees so much so that we can plant the palms and bring it back to a tabletop position. Inhale for a gentle cow. Then as we exhale, curl the toes under, engage the TVA, send those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look up at the hands. As we exhale, walk it forward, feet are wide, heels and toes out. Bring it to that gentle skandasana, really opening up the hips side to side. One more round. Straighten the legs, heel toe the feet back onto the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, head hangs a little bit deeper. Root to rise, reverse, swan dive it up. And on the exhale, swan dive forward, hips go back, and then forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, head hangs a little bit deeper. This time, bend the knees so much so that we can walk it back into a modified plank. Release the knees, one nice long line. Inhale, top of the head forward. Exhale, engage TVA, elbows hugging tight for about a quarter of a chaturanga. Inhale, gentle heart opener, gentle cobra. As we exhale, curl the toes under, send those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels left and right. Both heels reach towards the mat. Inhale, left toes to the sky as we exhale, open up that hip. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, reach those left toes towards the right side of the room. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend. exhale, lengthen and square off the hips, and then bring that foot in between the hands before releasing the knee. And right top of foot, rise into that lunge. Inhale, square off the hips. Exhale, hinge a little bit more, opening up the front of that right hip. Inhale, both arms reach up. As we exhale, release this left arm down and reach up and over to the left side with that right arm. Inhale, both arms reach up towards the sky. As we exhale, curl the right toes, bring it up into that full lunge. Inhale, exhale, open up, warrior two. Let's really work on opening in this warrior two. So instead of thinking of it as a really intense strength exercise or strengthening pose, think of it as opening the left hip, sending the outside of that left leg towards the back of the room. Maybe we're up here, maybe we're down here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to open. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to open. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. This time, inhale, left hands reach forward when we can reach no more. Left forearm finds the left quad. Right arm reaches up and over for side angle pose. We can stay right here if we want to work on opening that left hip a little bit more. Inhale, and then exhale, slide that left hand down. Maybe we're finding a block this time. Gently pressing against that left inner thigh, opening up that right shoulder. Big deep inhale. Then as we exhale, bring this right hand down to the mat or to a block, and we're coming into a deeper Skandasana pose. So sending the hips back and down, dorsiflexing at the right ankle, feeling that stretch along the right inner leg. Big deep inhale. Then as we exhale, walk it to that other side. Maybe opening up the chest with it. Inhale to walk it over. Exhale, release. Inhale, walk it over, right side this time. Exhale, release. Inhale, both hands back towards the mat. Take a quarter turn to the right. Release left knee, left top of foot. And then walk this right foot over to the right side of the mat, opening up the right sole of the foot, and then coming into that gentle lizard. Press against the left inner thigh very gently, and just sink that left hip towards the mat. Big, deep, expansive inhale. As we exhale, sole of the foot comes back to the mat. Right hand back to the mat. Curl the left toe under. Left knee comes off the mat. And send those hips back and up, downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels left and right. Both heels reach towards the mat. Inhale, right toes to the sky. As we exhale, open up the hip. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend and reach. Exhale, lengthen. Last time. Inhale, bend. And exhale, extend. Square off the hips and then bring that foot in between the hands. Release left knee, left top of foot. Inhale to rise. Exhale, sink it into that low lunge. Square off the hips and then hinge a little bit more. Shoulders down and away from the ears. On the next inhale, reach the fingertips up. And then exhale, right arm down. Reach that left arm up and over. Side body stretch. Inhale, hands up. As we exhale, press it off. High lunge this time. Big deep inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Knee presses back. Sink it lower. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to open. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to open. Inhale up. Exhale, open. This time, inhale, reach the right fingertips forward. When we can reach them no more. Right forearm finds the quad. Left arm goes up and over. We can stay right here, or we can slide that hand down onto a block, or just tinting at the fingers, opening up that right inner thigh, then opening up the chest a little bit more. Deep, expansive inhale. Then as we exhale, left arm goes down, coming into your version of Skandasana. Either we're right here, or we're down here. We may want our block. Open up the chest. Release it down. Inhale to walk it over. Exhale to open. Inhale, walk it over. Exhale to open. Inhale, walk it over. Exhale to open. Inhale, bring it down. Take a quarter turn to the left. Release the right knee, right top of foot. Coming into a lizard on the left side. Gently open up that left hip. Big, deep, expansive inhale throughout the rib cage. Exhale, sink that right hip down, left hip back. One more deep inhale. As we exhale, bring it back. Sole the foot back onto the mat. Left hand back onto the mat. Curl the right toe under. Lift the right knee off and shoot it back. Downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels, right and left. Both heels reach towards the mat. Inhale, left toes towards the sky. Open up the hip. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen once more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen. Square off the hips. Look forward. And then bring the left knee behind the left wrist. And then the ankle behind the right wrist. Coming into a pigeon. We may want our block here. So inhale, square off the hips. Right hip forward, left hip back. Exhale, start to sink. Inhale, grow your pigeon. Then on the exhale, start to bring it to the forearms. And then if you'd like to take it one step further, we can bring the head to rest on the hands, or we can bring the head to rest on a block, either long ways or sideways, whatever feels better for you. We'll be here for about 30 seconds. If you were on your forearms, bring it back to the hands. Remove the block off to the side. Scoot the right knee in about once or twice. And then bring that left knee back to tabletop position. Give yourself those big expansive hip circles. And then take it the other way. Bring all circling to a complete stop. Bring the hands about 6 inches forward. Inhale, grow the spine long. As we exhale, send those hips up and back, downward facing dog. This time, inhale, right toes up towards the sky. Stack the hips and then bend the knee. Straighten. Big deep inhale to bend. Exhale to strengthen. Straighten. Inhale to bend. Exhale, straighten, square off the hips. Bring the right knee behind the right wrist and right ankle behind the left wrist. Inhale, grow your pigeon high. Exhale, square off the hips. Inhale, top of the head towards the sky. This time as we exhale, we can start to bring it down to the forearms, using the hands to rest the head, or maybe again finding that block. We'll be here for about 30 seconds. If the block was supporting your head, go ahead and move it off to the side. Everyone brings it back to their hands. Inhale, scoot that left knee in. And then on the exhale, let's just send it back downward facing dog. Press the mat away from you, really driving the chest open. Pedal out the heels right and left. Both heels reach towards the mat. Inhale, look up at the hands. As we exhale, walk it forward. Wide stance, heels in, toes out. Inhale to a flat back, and then as we exhale, we're hinging back and down, hinging from the hips and the knees, coming into Malasana. So use the hands to gently guide the inner thighs open, keeping the chest lifted. I'll give you a different view. So inhaling, chest open, pressing against those inner thighs. Exhale, let the sacrum grow long. Now, if we have a block and our hips are super tight, we can bring it to that block. We can bring it to 2 blocks. Just work on opening up and then releasing from the sacrum. So some of us may be up here, and some of us may be down here. We may have to wiggle side to side, eventually find some stillness. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Inhaling to open, exhale to lengthen. We'll be here for about 30 seconds. On your next inhale, start to shift the upper body forward. Bring the hands to the ground or the mat. Release the right knee and then release the left knee. You're in a tabletop position. Let's just start to shimmy the right leg out, left leg out. We're coming into frog pose. So bring the right leg out, left leg out. We're going into the super slow. Insides of the feet are on the mat. We go right and left. Opening up. Now, when we feel like we can open up no more throughout the groin area and inner thighs, we inhale spine long. And now as we exhale, we're going to send the hips back. We don't have to go too far to feel this. Start to send it back. Once you find your edge, we hold right there. And we're going to hold this pose for about 45 seconds. Grab your block, maybe resting onto the forearms. Head on the block if this feels good. And just start to find space and release tension. If you were on your forearms, bring it back to the hands. Now to come out of this pose, we're going to come out of it as slow as we went into it. So start to wiggle the right knee in, left knee in, an inch in the right, inch on the left, until we're in a tabletop position. And then let's make those big, deep, expansive hip circles that we've been doing all class. And reverse those circles. Find stillness. Cross at the ankles, send it back. We're in a nice, easy seat. All right, we're gonna hit some of my favorite hip openers to end this class with. First, Cowface Legs. So we're trying to stack the right knee on top of the left, but that's not gonna happen on my body, but we're gonna get as close as we can. So heels draw in, try to stack the knees as close as possible. Inhale, spine long. As we exhale, release the right hip down if it was lifted. One more deep inhale. And then as we exhale, let's start to hinge forward, hinge. Feel a nice deep opening along the right hip, right glute. Inhaling, growing the spine. Exhale to release and deepen the stretch. On your next inhale, come up to neutral spine. We're coming into fire log legs. So bring the left shin parallel to the mat, and then we're just bringing the right leg completely on top of it. Now you may have some space underneath this right leg, and that's okay. Inhale, dorsiflex at the ankles. Grow the spine long, and then as we exhale, same thing, start to hinge forward. Make sure that right hip is planted onto the mat. Inhale, grow the top of the head forward. Exhale, pull it in. Repeat that one breath, one movement. Then when you find your edge, we can start to hinge forward, rounding at the upper spine, maybe finding a block to rest the head on. We'll be here for about 30 more seconds. On your next inhale, come back to the hands, remove the block, roll up one vertebrae at a time until the neck is the last thing to come up. And then bring the feet out in front of you and just give yourself a few shakes side to side. Now we're coming to the other side. So the right leg is going on the bottom, left leg is going on top, trying to stack the knees. It may not happen. Now my left hip is way off. So bring the heels in. Inhale, spine long. As we exhale, release the left hip down. One more deep inhale up, and then exhale, hinge forward. One side may be tighter than the other. Just notice it. Be mindful of it. This is my tighter side. Not only am I feeling it along that left glute, left hip, but I'm also now feeling it on the right side as well. And that wasn't the case for the other side. Once you find a good spot, your edge, we're just holding on to it, and we may not be as deep this side. That's okay. Maybe we're deeper. On your next inhale, find that neutral spine before bringing it into those fire log legs. Legs parallel to the mat in front of you, dorsiflex at the ankle. Inhale, spine long. As we exhale, hinge from the hips. Replant the hips if they come off. Inhale, spine long. Exhale, hinge a little bit more. Keep that breath. Inhaling, exhaling to release. And then once you find your edge, a good spot, we can bring it to the forearms. We can bring the head onto the block, whatever feels good for you. We'll be here for about 30 seconds. On your next inhale, bring it back to the hands. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Move the block off to the side and come forward. Let's shake out those legs one final time. Come to the side of the body on the right forearm down to the mat, and just gently guide yourself down until you're in a nice side lying position, using your arms to just cradle the head. All right, let's start to let the eyes close and soften, and let's do another body scan. Starting at the top of the head, down the throat and to the heart, down the limbs and to the fingers, back to the heart, to the belly, hips, legs, to the toes, and then back up again. Notice if you're feeling tension anywhere. Is it the same spot where you started class? Wherever it is, send the breath there. And if you find that you don't have any tension in your whole body, just continue that deep, expansive breath. That big diaphragmatic breath filling up the entire rib cage. And before we come into our final resting pose, we're going to really let it go. So we're going to tense everything up in the body besides the belly. Starting with the head, squeeze the space in between the eyebrows. Pucker the lips. Tense up the chest, the biceps, the fists, the arms, the chest even, the glutes, the pelvic floor, the quads, the hamstrings, the shins, calves, feet, toes. Squeeze it and then let it all go. We're coming into your final resting pose, your Savasana, your time to release. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you would like, but when you're ready, let's start to bring some life back into the body by wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. Keep the eyes nice and soft, and use the top hand to assist you back up into a nice, easy seat. Hands resting gently on the knees, or maybe bringing the hands to heart center. To end this class, we're going to take our deepest, most expansive inhale and exhalation yet. So we're inhaling for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands come to heart center. Keep that expansive inhalation and exhalation. Thank you so much for joining me for your prenatal yoga flow, focusing on opening the hips. The light in me honors the light within each and every one of you. Namaste.